Right now, these devices could get me locked up just for having them in the back of the warehouse. These are all phones and items that you do not actually want to buy. Not because they're not worth money, but they're not worth the trouble. In 2024, my car was broken into because I had a bunch of iCloud locked phones that I just had brought off of a seller. I also had my store almost potentially robbed because we had a stolen phone. See, when we buy phones, we don't necessarily know where they come from, nor do we care, right? If we're buying a phone, we don't actually know the origin or where it came from, but I'm gonna break down the risk that you will be taking on these phones. And these phones are what you wanna stay away from because honestly, the risk is not worth it. First, let's start with a sealed device that is not open, a device that you could potentially make a bunch of money off of. The problem with this phone is that one, you don't know if it's real. It could be a clone. It also could be a device that is locked to an account. And if somebody is selling you a phone and telling you that this phone is unlocked, they'll make sure it gets unlocked once you purchase. This is a device you want to stay away from because the risk of it being a clone or it being a device that is locked to a carrier is really high. I've found myself buying phones like this on a regular basis, and 90% of the devices I've had trouble with. Now, yes, you can buy new phones, you can even buy sealed, but what you wanna make sure you're doing is looking at the IMEI on the back and also making sure that if you're not opening the device, you are at least making it a point to make sure the device is in there. People put door hinges, people put weights, people put locks in these devices to make it feel heavy, and you end up losing money and potentially losing a buyer if you sell it to them. So be very careful when buying these sealed devices, as they could actually end your business and your network connection with the buyers you do have. Next, we're gonna talk about these right here. This is a cracked back device. Now, this front is cracked as well, but the front we're not really worrying about. And see, this is something we get on an everyday basis. Now, I'll swap out a screen really quick, and people devalue devices because they are cracked. Me personally, I know this screen right here only is gonna cost me around $20, if that. I believe this is like $15 to fix this device. That's great. When it comes to a cracked back, it's a little bit more difficult. See, what ends up happening is you have to chip away all of these glass parts, then you have to get a back replacement, put it on, hopefully it stays. It's not worth it if you're trying to resell this to a consumer or even a wholesale buyer. I don't buy cracked back phones because it's not worth me taking on the risk, because again, I'd rather buy a device I have to fix the screen. I see the screen working, I know the screen is not gonna pop off and I'm good, rather than a back where I have to do all of this labor and manual work. You wanna stay away from cracked back phones, as they are actually very devalued in the market. Next device we're gonna do is going to be this. This is actually a perfect device. This device works good. This device has no problems. The only problem that we do have is it has a camera lens crack. Now, camera lens cracks are very problematic. The reason I'd say is because, see, if you are somebody that has repaired phones, you know that you have to, again, chip off the glass and remove every inch of the glass around it, but then you have to apply adhesive. And when you apply the adhesive, you have to make sure the adhesive sticks. Now, I sold a bunch of phones to consumers in my life, and there have been a bunch of phones that have had camera problems. These camera lenses that you buy off of places like Amazon, eBay, or even go to a repair shop, you'll realize they'll end up falling off. This hurts your brand. You'll have to consistently replace these camera lenses. And if you do have a great glue or a good camera lens kit, that's awesome, but it's not worth the risk. Also, you never know if this camera lens has led to water damage, has led to a battery issue, or even a display issue. So when you are buying phones, stay away from phones that have potential damage due to cracked camera lenses. Now, the next thing that I'll say is this, right? This is a really nice phone. This phone is pristine. It would be considered a grade B+. We don't have the box, but this is flawless, okay? We don't have any issues with this device, but this device has one problem, and the problem is big. It's iCloud lock. Now, iCloud lock devices are devices people feel you can buy and sell, and yes, suppliers, buyers will take them, but the issue is, how long are you holding on to it? So I had a buyer. The buyer actually did get arrested because he had a house full of 40 to 50 units that were iCloud locked. He was going to sell them the next Sunday to his buyer. The problem is they already got a trail on him. I guess the people who owned that phone, and he ended up having the cops called to that address because they were able to track it via Find My iPhone, and he got in trouble. So what I've learned is if I'm going to buy an iCloud lock device, I need to make sure it is being sold either the same day or the next day. I even had a friend who buys phones just like me. We go to a club. At the club, he finds a phone. Instead of returning the phone, he keeps the phone. He puts the phone in his car that night. That night, his car gets broken into and they destroy everything in his car. The reason I'm saying this is because there are people out there that are not keen or don't have the knowledge that iCloud lock phones are very dangerous, and it's better to return them to the owner and actually try to get a finder's fee. These are all solutions that you can do with iCloud lock devices. Next, we have an iPhone 7, okay? Now this iPhone 7 has a cracked camera lens, but it works pretty good. Screen is cracked as well. You wanna stop buying these old phones thinking that you're just gonna refurbish them. See, an iPhone 7 is worthless, okay? It's not something you should even spend your time on. Why? Because it's not gonna make you any money both in the consumer market or in the wholesale buyer market. I'd rather stay away from these, and I'd rather just go ahead and invest my money in something newer. These are always gonna end up in a loss. Apple Watches are going to be our next one. So these Apple Watches have consistently gave me problems. I used to buy Apple Watches just like I buy phones. I stopped buying Apple Watches because you can either get an iCloud locked Apple Watch, which gives you the same problem that you have with a iCloud locked device, or you can get an Apple Watch that's just used. Used Apple Watches are not actually holding value these days. See, value is subjective depending on how much someone wants or needs a device, but a lot of people get these Apple Watches for free from their carriers. So it's really important for you to understand that you wanna stay away from Apple Watches in the resellers market unless you're getting a really good deal. The only type of Apple Watches that I would say to buy are Apple Watch Ultras because they are worth a lot of money. You can get anywhere between $300 to $750 buying an Ultra watch rather than buying Gen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, right? You wanna make sure that you're getting something that is expensive to the consumer that you can acquire for a low cost, okay? Now, we have an iPad. Now, iPads have always given me a problem because see, when you are reselling iPads, just like the Apple Watches, lose value. Now, the only interesting thing I think about iPads is that iPads, they end up getting damaged, and when they are damaged, they're very, very hard to fix. This is actually a pair of iPads that I got from one person, and see, it was a small crack at first, and as you see, hopefully, the crack has got bigger. See, these are products that you want to stay away from, not because they don't work or maybe they are just so risky, but honestly, it's just not going to make you the money that you anticipate, especially an iPad. Now, iPads are products that obviously you would have really big value for face value, but when it comes to you trying to resell it, you start getting stuck, jammed. The market is very fluid, but also you are very much going to have to put this product in front of the customer that needs it in that moment. iPads are everywhere. People can find them for different price points, and it's not worth you scrambling around trying to find the next consumer. And if you're trying to sell iPads to buyers, forget about it. Buyers don't pay good amounts on iPads at all. These devices are devices you want to stay away from. And guys, make sure you click the video that will be popping up on the screen if you want to learn more. And also I have other products that you can buy that you could flip from me and also from my warehouse that's in the United States without any resales permit or business license. So if you're tired of just flipping phones, you can also resell products just like these Raycon headphones. And I mean, these Raycon headphones are high quality. Every single week, every single month, we are upping our quality at wesply.com. Definitely check out the website. And also make sure you're not flipping any of these phones because I would hate to see you guys losing any profit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click the video on the screen to watch some more content that helps you make money work for you.